Something isn't right. I have an idea. I have a dream. Question is, how do we get there? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Galactic, and thank you so much for joining for yet another video here on our forever world. So thankful you're here, and boy do I have an adventure for you. And the reason I know that is because I actually have already done it. The whole video is pretty much recorded, but I want to tell it to you like a story. So today it's story time. And chapter 1 is like any first chapter in a good Minecraft project, that is, gathering materials. So sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, grab a good drink, and enjoy as we get ready for a really cool build, and I would say the biggest build of this season yet. So let's get to it. Now, my iron farm broke, and I need a new one, which means transporting villagers. And to do that, I want to use gas. But the problem is, they take 20 minutes to grow up, and that's a long time when you're just standing around doing nothing. So enjoy some wonderful elevator music while we're waiting. This is probably a good opportunity to tell you that if you don't subscribe right now, one of these horses is gonna die. Oh, don't. Oh my gosh, you should have subscribed. You really should have subscribed. Don't make me do it. You better subscribe. Don't make me do it. Nah, I'm just kidding. Alright. Back to the regularly scheduled video. Let's go! And now that we have our friend born, let's go get some, what are they called? Snowballs? To feed this guy so he grows up fast so we don't have to wait another 20 minutes. Oh yeah. Perfect. A little saddle for him, or harness. And we are off back to our farm area. And that's where we're actually going to put the iron farm. So let's check that out. Check out the size of this huge iron farm. Oh my gosh, you've never seen anything like it. It's probably the biggest iron farm that's ever been created in Minecraft. No, all jokes aside, it's literally the most simple iron farm you could ever make, and that's exactly how I wanted it. You know, doesn't give me a ton of iron, but I'm just a dude out here alone who just needed some iron, and this will do just fine. So we can check iron off of the list as we now have what we need, and we are ready for the next phase, and that is building a pretty freaking sweet storage system. So let's get going. Yep, you already heard it. Chapter 2. Build a storage room. Now that we have the technical part done, it's time to do the kind of miserable part of sorting system building, and that is putting all the correct filters in place. And of course, after doing all of that, it broke. Typical. Nightmare. No matter how many times I build storage systems, every single time I'm like, gosh, this sucks. It takes so long, but in the end, it is so, so worth it. And I'm hoping that's the case with this one. But to be honest, it's a little too early to tell. But our new storage system, I'm going to put some type of build around this to make it look really cool, almost like the I don't know, dining hall or grand hall of this village. And I think when I put that there and we fill out this side hill right here with some more fields and paths and trees, this area is really going to start coming together. But let's go up here and check this out. Now, to be completely honest, I don't like it. I don't really like what I've done so far. It's just finicky. I don't know if I can get behind the copper golems for this mass storage system type setup yet. There's so many bugs and it acts so weird and it's so finicky. I've just have been learning a lot of things along the way. And part of the reason for that is because I actually designed this myself. I built this based off of some other designs I'd seen. I didn't copy it per se, but I got inspiration from other people on YouTube that have kind of done similar things. But I took it and designed my own thing. And this is a 4-segment unit which uses 9 available chests. The 10th being where the golems place the items, and then they get shifted to the next one for the other ones to look at. But we're actually using 2 separate copper golem chambers, one below the chest and one above the chest, just like that. They both can access this chest, and then they both attempt to sort it. And then if they can't find the item in these chests, they push it to the next one, and they do the same thing down the line. Now, I've had a lot of troubles with overflow, and I'm trying to figure out the balance. Basically, how this works is these are, placeholder items, and then I have one of each of the other items that I would like sorted in this column. The copper golem will check this chest and see, oh, hey, there's a cobbled deep slate wall. So they will place cobbled deep slate wall, and that wall will enter right here. When that happens, you can see that those items get drained and put in the chest below. And that's what we want to happen. But the problem has been is sometimes they put the items in too fast. It actually overwhelms the system and breaks the columns. So we're trying to figure out the correct amount of golems, the correct spacing of items. All of that is still experimental at this point. But we have 4 segments of golem sorted areas. We have a 3-column overflow area right here. And then at the far side, we have our bulk items. So just, that's where the dirt and the cobblestone and the stone and all that gets sorted. And how this basically works is you input either items into this chest, like this, and then those items get pushed up this line. They go down, they get pushed over the bulk item system, and then they go down into this area with an overflow chest down the line into the copper chest, the first copper chest. Now these items, because they aren't in this first row, you'll see that the column actually goes down each chest and checks for that item, won't find it, and he'll put it in this one. These copper golems then will check this chest, find the items, and then go down the line and find that they should go in one of these. Now, a couple cool other things, we do have a shulker unloader, so you can just drop shulker boxes in, and it will empty those, and then push the shulker boxes back into this chest. But also, this guy is, buddy, want to come out. Come on, come on, get out of the hole. Pathfind up. Come on. Alright, close your eyes. Hey, that's what we want right there. So, what I have here is a shulker box loading system. And I came up with this really cool idea to make loading shulker boxes a little bit more efficient and intuitive. But let's say I was working on a building project. And it involved a lot of wood. Let's say it involved some bamboo slabs. What I could do is I could drop these bamboo slabs out, and you'll notice they get picked up. Mud is actually less than a block, and underneath this platform, you'll find a row of hoppers, and that row actually strings all the way around by all these chests. So I also maybe needed some course for some reason. I need a stack of cobblestone, and I need a couple signs. Okay. Let's chuck that in there as well. Nice. Alright, so that's what I need. Now, those items are currently flowing up into this shulker box. They make their way out here. They make their way down here through this line here and then get shot up into the shulker box. So pretty soon we'll find all those items here. Now, if this shulker box got full, what the system would do is break it and give you another one. You'd find that shulker box right there then. Or if I just wanted to break it, I could also hit that button. So really cool system that I built in here that I'm pretty excited to use. But sometimes the items you have, like these ones, well, actually I don't need these. So a easy bulk way as you're kind of moving around in this space to just drop items into the system is this center platform right here. I don't want this, don't want that. Let's get rid of that. Let's put it in. Boom, boom, boom. Those items move through these hoppers and back up into the sorting system. And it'll shoot them out of this column. So that's pretty sweet. So also one thing that's worth noting is really this first storage system was almost more of an experiment. I'm okay if this doesn't last very long. I'm okay if this isn't where we always have our storage system. I plan on probably moving it anyway once we establish a little bit more of a large city design somewhere else in this world. And the storage system I plan on putting there is actually another one of my own design, but that one is a little bit more unique. Well, I can't talk again. And I actually designed that one completely from scratch myself, without inspiration from anyone else. So I'd like to also post a tutorial on how to do that one. But it's a really, really cool design, really fast, works with stackable and non-stackable items, and I'm just kind of excited to put it out there to see what people think. That one is what I'm going to build a little bit later once there's a greater need for it. But this was something that I just really wanted to do with the copper golems, something that I hadn't done much of. I didn't use them much, so I wanted to experiment, see how it was going to go. So that's cool and all right, but let's be honest. We're all here for the big build. We're not here for the small little builds, the lame storage systems, even if it is unique and I spent a bunch of time trying to design it cool. No, we're not here for that. We're here for the big build. Well, sorry, you're not going to get the big build yet. In fact, we're going back to gathering more materials. We need more and more and more materials because it is a pretty darn big build. So hang on tight. Let's get into that. We are getting so close to being ready for this big build project, but it needs a lot of materials, so I've had to take a bunch of time to get those ready and put together, but we're close. I think we just have a couple more ins and outs to work on, and then we're going to be getting to building very soon. So let's finish up. And finally, we need some terracotta. Yo, check this out. Have you ever heard what these sound like when they break? Listen to this. Oh, heck yeah. It's amazing. Oh, yeah. I like that. But before we get to our big project, I have a promise. I don't have a promise, I just have a promise to fulfill. And that is naming our shelled friends in our lake And those names come courtesy of one of my followers and commenters. First name is Biscuit. Love it. Fluffy. Heck yeah. Fluffy and Biscuit. Thank you so much. And those two names will now be forever memorialized in this world. Thanks to you. The time is finally here. This time lapse is for all you metalheads out there. I hope you enjoy. So, let's get it. All right, after hours of work, we finally did it. We finished. And honestly, it went really, really smoothly because I put a ton of time into preparing and gathering materials, which is super exciting. But here is the new. Oh, heck yeah. Check that out. Nothing crazy, nothing super special, but placing buildings in the right places definitely helps to make the area feel more and more alive. As you can see, we added multiple little buildings dot spread across the landscape, as well as a couple larger buildings to highlight. And then, of course, we added a building to go over our storage system up there. Nothing crazy, nothing super special, but I really like, again, this colored texture that we added. And there's a couple blocks that I need to place in there still. Little pops of orange that will really bring out those colors, and you'll see why we added those, similar to what we did over here. So yeah, I'm really liking how this is all looking. But here's the fun part. We are not even close to being done with this. In fact, I'm going to do a full terraforming job on all of what you see behind me, including the water and up the hill, adding more stony cliffs and um, more, whatever they're called, patches of growing stuff. Fields. Oh, yes, of course, typical. All right, now that we have this built, let's give you a little bit of a closer look at some of these beautiful builds and some of the finer details. Let's walk around. Starting over by our original starter base area, let's make our way up and around. Oh, see this right here? See this right here? Freaking Endermen have been doing this, and I'm sick of it. So, I actually got a little bit of a data pack that prevents this stuff from happening, because they're just stealing all the moss out of my builds. Literally. Like, all the moss just disappears over time. It's crazy. But anyway, let's make our way up and let's take a peek at some of these builds. Up on the left, we got a cute little shack right here. Look at this. I love the texturing. I love the missing door, and especially I love the sweet interior. So we got a lot to do on the interiors and replacing a couple blocks. The door somehow landed on this side, which a little bit of an accident, but nothing we can't fix. There'll be winding paths. There'll be winding paths throughout this. But you know, we just kind of are taking this same style as we've been building in of late and applying it to different builds in different ways with different sizes, shapes, and forms, and I'm really enjoying using it. Yeah, I really like how this build turned out. I think it's super cool, super unique, and the colors on it are just, I don't know, kind of out there. I've been trying to be a little bit more bold with my color choices. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Yeah, you? Yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. Later, nerd. All right, let's take a peek at some of these little cute houses as well. We're gonna be doing all the terraforming to make these houses kind of fit into the landscape a little bit better, but just kind of cut it out right now. Yeah, I'm really liking these little houses. I think they're pretty cool, pretty cute. Very simple, but with enough detail to make them interesting. Same kind of style up here, and then finally we get to the big guy, which we're gonna create some sort of staircase coming up. Okay, not all of those little highlights are in. There's a couple more needed up there, but as you can see, we added little highlights in. Got the support beams on the outside and a nice gradient from dark to light on the bottom. Yeah, I think that turned out super cool. So yeah, that's my story, I guess. That is how this place came together, and I hope you like it. I like it. I'm a happy boy. I hope you're a happy boy or a happy girl. Either one would be fine. And I'm also a tired boy. So, with that, thank you so much for joining. It means the world that you get this far in the video. So, I greatly appreciate you if you've made it this far. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. So, with that, we'll see you next time. Peace. All right, for today's post video discussion, I would like to bring to your attention how amazing charcuterie boards are. That's right, charcuterie boards. Big fan of them. If you don't know what it is, look it up, try it, get some good cheese. It's the best. I'll see you next time.